Hello everyone, DJ back in with another review, and this is a DeckStarter deck of cards, and you might be wondering what the hell is DeckStarter? Well, DeckStarter is a new company by Dan and Dave that kind of launched themselves a few months ago, last year sometime, and the idea is it's kind of like Dan and Dave's version of Kickstarter for playing cards, hence the name DeckStarter, hence the black and green colors, just like Kickstarter. Blatant ripoff in my opinion. And I haven't seen any products, any playing cards come through that. I haven't seen any way to submit your designs, despite the fact that they promote that. But the idea is you submit your designs to them, they like it, you don't get it made, and well, they'll help you get it funded. It's basically like Kickstarter. It's a crowdfunding thing, but I highly doubt it's going to be that successful because they don't have the reach of Kickstarter. Kickstarter is worldwide known. Everyone goes there. They search for stuff. They find cards. They pledge for them. Not everyone knows about Dan and Dave. Even less people know about DeckStarter. So it's highly unlikely they're going to go there and look for cards and find cards unless you're in the playing card community. Anyway, when DeckStarter launched, they had an email thing where you sign up, and if you were one of the first 500 people, you'd be able to get one of these decks. What Dan and Dave never mentioned is you would have to pay for this deck. And pay, do you? I mean, I'm pretty sure they mentioned you had to pay. I'm pretty sure they didn't say that it would be free, but they never said you'd have to practically invest in it. It was $15 for one deck of cards, and you were limited to one deck of cards. But there was all sorts of backlash and complaints. I was vocal about it myself, because when they launched this, it was supposed to be for the 500 people who were lucky enough to have signed up and been one of the first 500, and then they charged $15 for it. It was on artofplay.com, which is another Dan and Dave website. Pretty much anyone could buy it, and you're even able to check out with more than one. Some people, anyways, I know I was, but they didn't refunded me the extra deck. Said screw you. And then on top of that, they released this deck as well in their variety box that they just had on their website, which sold out yesterday, I believe it was. And so more than 500 people are able to get their hands on it. I will say that the one that comes in the variety box is slightly different. This one came in cellophane with no seal. The one in the variety box, to my understanding, has no cellophane, but it has a seal on it. So slight difference. Let's look at this deck though, as much as you may not want to. It says DeckStarter on top, limited edition playing cards on the bottom. DeckStarter is embossed, which is kind of cool, and I believe no, there's no embossing on there. And then it's green, the only green you'll see in the whole box, pretty much, it's pretty much the only green you'll see in the whole deck. And then there's a little spade pip, and you see stripes going diagonally, and between those stripes are more stripes that make up the spade pip, which you can barely see, as I can tell, but it's there. I'm sure you can see that now. On the one side, it says, discover new playing cards or create your own. But again, last time I checked, just before this, about a week ago or whatever, I went to DeckStarter.com, and it is, I think, to sign up, you email for more info, and that's it. It's nothing yet. On the other side, proud supporter of a DeckStarter project. Apparently so, because I'm paying $15 for a deck of cards. I'm paying for twice the cost of the deck itself. But proud, I wouldn't say so. The top says www.deckstarter.com. That is slightly embossed. The bottom, the DeckStarter again, which is embossed and made in USA, and trademark stuff, or Dan and Dave info. The back, so see the back design. Yay. It's glamorous. It's stripes with spade pips, and it says DeckStarter. And then there is no seal on this one. On the flap, there is a little spade pip, which is embossed. Kind of cool. On the inside of the box, more stripes. And then this, I bet you didn't see that coming. There's a little heart on the inside of the box. I don't know what for. Could be a reveal, I guess, if you wanted to, but lots of stripes. Inside you do get a couple of ad cards. This one sadly came damaged. And this one talks about how to get your own deck funded. I recommend skipping all of this and going to DeckStarter.com instead, because your chances are better. And plus, I'm sure Dan and Dave will be pretty picky and choosy about what decks they put on there. So if you got a deck that is not that great, you probably won't even get on DeckStarter.com. You probably won't get successful on Kickstarter either, but at least you get the chance to get it out there. And the back it says, what will your deck look like? Kind of leaving a space for you to kind of wonder what your back design will be. That's kind of cool. Instead of having the DeckStarter back on the side card. And then this one says submit your own design at DeckStarter.com. Again, I'm not sure if you can do that yet. And it's silver, of course. And then it talks about DeckStarter being a funding platform for custom design playing cards. Supported by friends, fans, and the public, every deck has its own story and a potential to be printed. Ooh, potential to be printed. Yay. Discover new playing cards and create your own at DeckStarter.com. Yippee! Now, again, I forgot to set this up for review purposes. I do apologize about that. I will quickly get it somewhat set up. Interestingly enough, the two Jokers are actually together. No. Bear with me 1 second. Alright, let's get this on the road. The Jokers are as simple and bland as you can get. It's just a jester clown hat in green and grayish colors. There is some metallic inks, as you can see. And in the other one, it's the same damn thing. There's no indexes or anything like that. But it's pretty simple and plain. The back design, like I showed you on the box, this says DeckStarter with a spade pip, which you can barely see. And it's stripes in gray, which you can barely see. The aces, pretty plain. The ace of spades, not too many people are a fan of, because what the hell is it? You can barely see it. It's a spade pip made up of faint little stripes diagonally, and it says DeckStarter LLC on the bottom. The other aces are a lot nicer. Ace of hearts, big bold pip, metallic inks. Ace of clubs, again, it looks like it has metallic inks on it. And the ace of diamonds. Court cards, pretty standard. Again, some people not too happy about that. However, much like the United Cards deck that was on Kickstarter last year and used the Kickstarter colors, it's very similar. Again, it's got stripes in the background diagonally, and it's got green and black and gray and silver colors and metallic ink. So it's pretty cool, shiny, even though it's fairly standard, or standard I should say. Number cards, slightly custom pips. I would say custom anyways. They're a little bit different than standard. And metallic inks. They almost look a little bit like a Arco pip to some extent. Some of them anyways. And pretty cool. I mean, court cards, fairly standard, but they're metallic inks. I think the faces look pretty good aside from the ace of spades. And the Jokers are a little bit bland. The back design is a little bland. And I mean, we're paying $15 for this. Granted, it's fairly limited as we speak. Only 644 known to be out there. However, I do know there's going to be at least 2,500. It is just pretty much a bicycle stock. And Eric was finished. That was a terrible shuffle. And yes, I'm shuffling the cards face up for some unknown reason. But anyways, that's what you get for the DeckStarter deck. If you didn't get one, you're not missing out on a whole lot. However, it may end up as being a little bit collectible or sought after because of how limited it currently is and how hard it is to get. You could only get them through artplay.com if you were one of the 500 first people, or with the Dan and Dave variety boxes. Although I'm certain they'll be available in future variety boxes as well. And they might also make them available later on. I wouldn't be surprised if they change it up. Perhaps, some point down the line, do a general public release with a greenback version or something like that, because you know they like doing multiple colors. And why not do a limited version and then do a more unlimited version to double the profits. Anyways, that's what I got. That's the DeckStarter deck. Yay, and I'll see you next time. And just quickly, you know, I don't hate the deck. Some people really hate it. I do hate the price tag. 15 bucks. It's ridiculous, and it seems like the Dan and Dave decks are going up and up in price every time for no good reason. And the back design ain't great, but I do like the faces aside from the Ace of Spades. And I will see you next time.